everybody, how's it going? We are done with a whole bunch of hay, hopefully. And we'll just get this unhooked. Get the tractor parked up here. And we'll show you what we have been up to since we last saw you guys. And I gotta say, this 710 has pretty much paid for itself. There we go. So, we still own only what we see here. However, when I pull up the HUD, you can see we're not doing too bad. So we've got $17,000 in the bank. We've paid off a chunk of the loan. We only owe $35,000. And you can see we've done a little bit of house modifications. So we've got a new stump here. Throw the chainsaw on, and we will be doing a little bit of logging here today. This tree is going, and I'm strongly thinking about getting rid of this guy here too. So we may get to that today, hopefully. And we do also have a diesel tank. Now, this tree is in the way of the diesel tank, so one way or another, the tree's gotta go sometime soon. But this diesel tank is plumbed into the trailer. So, because it is November, it is getting colder. You can see up in the top corner, we're still sitting at a nice balmy 19 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 64 degrees. I think if my bald eagle and cheeseburger converter is working properly, it should be about 62, 64 degrees. Anyway, it's nice out. Like, it's really nice out. And as you can see, we've still got that little bit of a haze going. It's just gone 10, or just gone almost 10:30. And like I say, we're getting ready for winter. So I have a little Webasto heater, which is just a little diesel heater. Just burns diesel, got a little fan in it. Should be enough to keep this trailer warm through the winter. Winters around here are supposedly not too bad. We'll see. We'll have to find out. Probably learn the hard way. But yeah, like I say, this thing is just straight pipe. So we've got diesel going straight into the trailer. Trailer's going to consume a little bit. And for electricity, I put up a couple of solar panels. So I have power and heat in the little trailer. Should be nice and cozy. And as bonus, these guys, whatever I don't use in the trailer, will just sell straight off to the grid. And everything is fantastic there. So that's that. Oh, and I sold the mower. Remember the last time we had the little lawnmower sitting there, the Husqvarna? He gone. And I've also been quite busy on the actual farm side of things. Let's get a little bit of speed going here, not waste your time too mad on the startup here. So I've poured a concrete pad, and I've marked the corners of it with a couple of tires that I sunk in. And we have a big arsed field of hay. And in the background there, you can see I've got some windrows. That is grass. So that grass, I'm going to put onto this pad and pack it down as good as I possibly can. And we're going to silage it. We're going to let that roll through the winter. And hopefully in the spring, we get a decent payoff. And in the meantime, it's a great day for hay. So we're going to pack all this up. We're going to sell all of it that we can. Let's take a look at our prices here. Prices for hay. Where's hay? That's grass. I don't want grass. I want hay. Oh my god, am I just blind? Am I missing it? Hey, there it is. It's getting to be about as good as it's going to get. December, January, February, I'm expecting we're probably going to have snow. So we're going to get this hay crop up. We're going to get it off the ground, and we're going to get it sold. And we're going to do that by selling our tractor. That's right. This 710 that we worked so hard to get, it has paid itself off. Now, the poor thing only weighs like 2.2 tons. It's got 50 horse. She's a gorgeous little unit. I gotta give her credit. But that mower deck is 2 tons. Somehow. I don't know where they're putting it, but somehow that thing allegedly weighs 2 tons. So it weighs almost as much as the tractor. And let me tell you, after doing all of that, I ain't doing it again. So we're going to look at a new tractor. We're probably going to look at a 4620, I think is what I was eyeing up in the store here. Let's check the sales page real quick. Nothing affordable, just this 8,000. So while we're here, let's entertain this for a moment. This 8100, as it stands, she's sitting at 66,000. I could technically finance it at right around just over 3,000 a month for 2 years. Don't really want to do that. Can do that. Don't really want to. I've already got enough debt. So we're going to look at something we can buy today. And today, right now, look at this new generation. Bumper all the way up to the 4620. Get them around a wide track and wait out the wazoo. Here we are looking at 16,195. I could buy that outright right now, no remainders, and keep the 710. However, the 710 serves no purpose with me. If I have this tractor, I don't have a need for the 710 because there's nothing the 710 can do that this won't do better. So we're gonna strongly entertain this for now. I mean, I could lease it for like pennies. I could lease this tractor in game for less than I could lease a pickup truck in real life. That's ridiculous. And there's no insurance to be paid on this. Oh man. All right. Seriously considering the financing on that guy though, because let's see. What do we got? A canopy on it. Go for a full cab. I mean, like these old hinker cabs, they weren't heated, but at least they keep the rain and the blowing snow off of you until they frosted and fogged up. Could do that. What else we got? Put duals on it. Man, yeah, duals just don't quite look right. And honestly, if this was my tractor, I'd just cut those axle shafts off and just shave them flush, because those are just begging to catch, well, trees, fences, well, fences mostly, but fences, trees, you as you're walking past in a hurry. I don't know why modders can't just cut that off. Anyway, a little rant, but so that's where we're at. That's what we got going. Yeah, let's oh man, we're already a couple minutes into this. Where are we sitting at? 8 minutes of recording as of right now. Let's actually do something. Let's stop rambling. Get some work done. It's funny, I say let's get some work done. I just finished all of that. So that was a couple hours off camera. You're welcome. And I'm thinking that the 4020 is also, or 4620 I should say, is also going to pull this trailer when it's full with a lot more grace. Let's get that PTO kicked on. We'll get that dropped down. Here we go. First load of hay full of gravel. Also, I'm seeing that TerraFarm has just released for FS25, and I am seriously excited for that. So we'll probably play around a little bit with that on this series. No promises. We might. We'll have to see how it plays in multiplayer, because I do all of this in a multiplayer setting, so that I can have multiple different entities to tell a story with. Here's where I went way too far out. Oh, I did that a few times. Oh well. So one of the other things is, even though that mower is technically within power limits of what this horsepower or what this tractor can put out, its weight is such that I can't get over about 8 kilometers an hour I top out at like 11. So it's kind of just barely enough. So new tractor, gonna give me hopefully better mowing, definitely better towing, and probably also be able to, well, definitely be able to put on a bigger rake and bigger tedder later on too. So just bigger tractor is always bigger better. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I know I'm right. I come from the land of big horsepower and big tractors. I know what I'm talking about. There we go. Roll some more gravel up into here. All right. And I'm just going to cut this, save you guys the time here. And I will see you when I have this thing full. All right, we are just about done here. Just gonna clip the very edge of this, and that should. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There it is. All right. So that is our first load of hay done. It took us a couple of laps to get that filled. One thing that I just remembered, the town has expanded quite a bit. So there is now a gravel and aggregate company up on the north end that needs a name. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys, what we name that business. And the county has also expanded a fair amount. But most importantly, the dealership. It is a full-blown John Deere dealer now. So we'll show you that in a second. I am super excited to show that to you. And we're gonna have to blow right past it anyway, and we'll pick up our new trailer on the way, or new tractor on the way home. It's gonna be a great day. I can already feel it. And this is a little unexpected. So we got some rain here the other day. And that was like a couple of days ago. I wasn't expecting this to have flooded the road out. It's getting pretty deep. Really got to give Giants credit on the better water physics. They did a great job on this new game. Still needs a lot of work. Still needs a lot of features to come into it, but all in all, solid upgrade from 22. Definitely enjoying this. There we go. $3,000 from that, damn near. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, how's about we go hit that big building in the distance there? That's the new dealership. I was going to show it to you on the way by, but I figured, you know, we have to come back anyway. May as well go in there and hit the full wonder. Geez. Yeah, I'm probably best off staying on the road. If I try and go off the road, the tires on this old beast are kind of a little bit worn. So I don't know if I'd get through on the grass, because we all know what wet grass is like. But yeah, let's go check out the dealership. Man, this is quite the display they have. And just to take away from it for a second, the county. They have certainly, well, looks like they've been busy. They've paved the road all the way up to it, and Of course, they got their vehicles parked in the shed, but look at this stuff. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on, you got this. You got this. Use all 50 of them ponies. Let's get up this slight incline. All right, we are going to park this thing up out of the way. I'm actually going to park it right here in front of the shed. I think that'd be a good spot for it. There we go. Wait for her to idle down. There we are. So, I'm going to literally flip a coin off camera here as to whether or not I'm going to keep this. But, oh my god, brand new John Deeres. We got to go see them. We got to go see them. Also, I like how they kept the old shop here just for like old time's sake. But, man, you walk in here and you're just immediately greeted by dropped frames. This would be fantastic. Just any of this. Any of it. All of it. Not any of it. All of it. Got a Gator. Is all armored up. Brand new S7. Display of weights. Man, I'm a kid in a candy store in here. We got little tillage, little hay. Oh, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Another Gator. Big ass planter. Couple of sprayers. This one has all of the weed spot spraying on it. That's amazing. This one here, just a trailed. Doesn't look like it's got a whole lot of boom on them. That's still probably way out of my price range. Wow, man. Think of how much work we could get done with one of these. Do my whole 16 acres in just like a minute. Hey, we were looking at one of these in the shop. It's an 8400, so this would be oh, what is it? 260 horse, I think. I wanna double check that. You're probably under large tractors, aren't you? 8,000. Oh, chip. 8400, 225. Okay, wasn't too far off. Yeah, that would run some tillage. That would do some work for sure. Same with this guy. 8295. And then the stuff on the lawn here. Like, just make me jealous, why don't you? You got a full-on silage baler, ready to go. Loader. You got the gentle grapple bale handler on the front instead of a dirty old spike. That's nice. Just an absolute mowing monster, ready to go. And some decently set up tillage. But the dirty, dumb clamp-on duals, God, I hate those. And if you're gonna do duals, why go with the clamp-on? Just yuck. I don't know, I come from hill country, and clamp-ons just don't work with hills, because when you get into the valley in between the hills, they kind of tend to break off, especially if they're a wide tire like that. If they're a narrow, like this tractor here, if he had duals and they were narrow set and fairly tight together, you probably wouldn't have a problem busting them off. But like with this 8R out here on the lawn, that's begging to pop off. Get that thing loaded up on some tillage, go up through a draw. Yeah, you're spinning them right off. Anyway, what were we here for? Oh, right. We were here to talk to a salesman about a new tractor. And here we are. I am now a man with 2 tractors. One of which is 2.5 times the power of the first and over double the weight. I think just all around, it's like 2.5 times everything. 10K faster, 2.5 tons heavier. What are we, 85 horsepower more? Just everything so much better. I'm gonna hold on to the 710 for a while. No, you know what? I can't. First off, I have zero use for it, and it's out of my price range. Damn it. Don't have room to store it where it makes sense. Plus, I still get 8 grand for it, so. Bye. Hello, 4620. I mean, after all, we're all about making money in this, right? Now on sale, John Deere 710 for 35. Sold it for 8, now they're reselling it for 3,500. Man, I think I might have just found an infinite money hack. I'm not going to exploit that. However, I am going to exploit all of this new horsepower. We're going to hook this up. Hopefully it hooks up. Oh, this may be an interesting problem. I didn't realize this. The drawbar and the PTO are incompatible with this European design. Why? God, why would they do that? Why would they design a system like that? Okay, well, let's not burn too much diesel. That is a very unfortunate and unforeseen consequence here. Okay, well, we're gonna run back to the dealership and we're gonna see what we can do about this.
A few moments later.
We have ourselves a dilemma. So the dealership gave us 10 grand on top of the standard trade-in value for our forage wagon. You can see her sitting here. Sold it back to the dealership. We are going to get this one. However, we are still short. Now I can't use this one, so there's no point in us keeping it, doing another load. We're gonna have to borrow from the bank, so we're gonna pull out another 5 grand. Pick up the new forage wagon. and then we're gonna sell the rest of our hay. So bear with me a moment while I do the paperwork, and we'll be right back.
12 seconds later.
There she is, in all her stunning glory. We're about $400 shy of putting a silage tank on it, but that is something that we can do pretty much any time in the future. And to be fair, silage tanks in the game, they don't increase your quality of silage because quality isn't a thing. They just increase the speed at which it converts to silage. And this thing has no rush. We're going in reverse. But positively, she hooks up beautifully. And we've got no hesitation in pulling. So this is fantastic. This is a huge upgrade for us. We've 2.5 times the horsepower, so 2.5 times the capability, and added an extra 10,000 cubic meters of material that we can haul. So this is good. Now, I am noticing we are stuck at 17K. And that's full throttle. You grab an extra gear by tricking it there. Nope. Nope. Alright, so that's all she's gonna write for this. Yeah. Cycling the PTO on and off. Tipping the pickup up and down. 17K. That's less than ideal, but it is what it is. At least we're hauling a lot more than we were before. And we're in a fairly decent situation here. I gotta say, the view from in the cab here, or under the awning, is pretty alright. It's definitely a very simple mod, not a whole lot of polygons to it, but for now, it's going to do the trick. And I didn't go with the cab because the cab is just kind of hideous from the inside. But at least having the awning will keep the seat dry. But anyway, we'll meet you back at the farm where we're going to pick up another load of hay. This setup doesn't feel nearly as smooth as the old setup. But, I mean, the numbers shouldn't lie, right? Somehow we're still only sitting at 7-8 kilometers an hour, so we're not making any real appreciable time here. I'm kind of wishing that old forage wagon just worked with us, because man, I'm having some buyer's remorse on this entire upgrade. I'm sure I won't feel that way once I put the mower deck on the back of this thing, but it's sure not performing where I wanted it to. And there we go. There is our first load of hay with the new system. I gotta say, I think this 4620 is dramatically underperforming. Not terribly pleased with it so far. So I think it will be up on the chopping block very shortly. As soon as I can afford to get into anything better, I think. All right, that is it. That's pretty well the whole hayfield that I've got cut here. I guess I'll pick this up quickly while I'm going over it anyway. Also, a new sale just popped up in the shop that I'm gonna go take a peek at when we drive past, because this is ridiculous. This is insane. I hate every bit of this. This forage wagon displays in the shop as requiring 130 horsepower. This tractor in the shop displays as having 135 horsepower. So you'd think, wow, shouldn't have an issue. Well, if you look down in the bottom right corner, you'll see that my cruise control is set at 28 kilometers an hour, and the max this thing will road is 17. And the most I could possibly get out of this thing while picking up, so PTO engaged, pickup dropped, and material getting pulled in, the most I could get out of this thing was 11, and was stuck somewhere around 7 or 8 for most of that. And I've only been working it for a couple hours, and I'm already down to almost half a tank. So this thing is gonna eat me out of house and home on fuel, and it's gonna take me all day to do it. So, needless to say, not a fan. So we're gonna go stop at the dealership, and we are going to look at that new tractor that they've got. By new tractor, I mean like 20 years newer than what I'm sitting on, but also quite a bit nicer. All right, we're gonna let that sit outside for a minute. is on sale. We've got a couple of deals. This guy here is just screaming to me. Maybe not with. There you go. That's a lot. So we got a fairly worn 8650. 290 horse. I can finance it. 2 years. Not a big deal. We could do this. Okay? So it's an option. I've got 4 months sitting in the bank right now for this thing. Plus, we're going to sell off that 4620. She's gone. Alternatively, 8200 here. We got 180 horse, so plenty more than what we currently have. Again, we can finance her for $3,000. So I got 2 months sitting in the bank, plus what we get for the 8640, which, or 4620. That 4620 we'll get 11 for, so that's another roughly 3.5 months for that 8200. So I think we're gonna do that. I think you are going goodbye. And we're gonna get wow, can't speak. We're gonna get ourselves a real proper tractor. And then we'll look into some proper haying equipment. Because once we do this, I'm thinking we'll go for the 8000 series here, because as much as I want to save the money with this guy, an articulated, especially this size, doing just the small little hay work that we're doing, it doesn't fit. I love it, but it don't fit. So we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna fiddle with the options here, and we'll meet you guys back when I have it in my possession.
One eternity later.
Okay, that hurt. I just got done talking with the general manager. They didn't like what I did, but you can see we're dropped down to like $5,000, and I have financing coming out of the finance hole. But we did some huge upgrades here. So first and foremost, I have a real tractor. Sorry about the curse, but got a real tractor. It's the real deal. They put fresh tires on it, oil change, full tank of diesel. She's ready to go. It came with the Iseria crop sensors. Sold those back to the dealership. Not a me problem. Not going to use them for now. Can put them on later. For now, I need the cash. So that 8200 is mine. Well, it's the bank's. I'm paying for it. This tedder here, again, financed. It was only like $700 a month or something like that. Like, cheap. The windrower, it was in the used bin. Financed that as well. Again, just a couple $100 a month. And this guy. This is what got everything here to happen. In order for me to get the deals I did on the financing for all of this, I had to buy that. So that's why the money has gone down so much. So did a little bit of bargaining. I'm going to get all of this shipped over to the farmyard. You see they've got the transport truck there, so they're going to get that handled on their own. It's only 12:30, so I'd expect to see it probably by end of day. In the meantime, speaking of end of day, we are not at end of hay. I need to get this loaded out, sold, and I need to get the rest of my grass picked up and put into that silage bin. And I gotta cut down a tree. And there was something else that we needed to do. I forget what it was, but it is so nice to be starting with a real tractor I checked a couple of stats. I'm on 8 hours of gameplay on this save already, and this is version 2, by the way. So I can't remember if it was the first episode or the second episode. Yeah, first episode for sure. Second episode, I can't remember if it's on the new save or not. But I ended up with a problem with the save where it would not convert to multiplayer for me to get the rest of these expansions going in a way that makes sense. So I had to start a new save and redo everything. So there's a little continuity between the first episode and here. That's why. But yeah, anyway. Just happy to not be running little tiny itty bitty tractors anymore. Nice to have real tractors. And this is also something that I'll be able to plow a field with comfortably. So we can get some real money happening here soon. All right. We'll see how much we get from this. It wasn't a full load, but it was literally all we had. $4,000. So, decent. Just came across an interesting problem. I don't have parking for this thing anymore, because it really doesn't fit up on this pad. So, we'll have to figure something out. Oh man. I haven't driven this truck in a while. I forgot how peppy it is. All right. Oh, so nice to be in something that actually wants to go. Also, it was very nice driving the new tractor home. It claimed 40 kilometers an hour, and I'll be damned, it hit a full 40 kilometers an hour. Pretty much the whole way home. Only right here coming up this hill did it drop down to, I think 36 was as low as it went. So just stunning upgrade. But also we're like 110 faster now. If we get a little air coming off of this. A little bit. Ooh, definitely a little air coming off that. All right, let's go bag our way down to the aggregate company. Ooh, I definitely don't want to hit this doing 100. How big of a splash we get? 30k should be plenty. No splash. Missed opportunity, Giants. Could have put a big splash in there. All right, and here we are. So, this company here, they deal in rock crushing and other kinds of work. Let's go park over by the... Oh, hey, there's parking. Right on. We'll just park in the parking. Close enough. All right, so like I say, these guys do rock crushing, so they do sorting a whole bunch of different materials. Don't know if they'll let us go up there, but they've got a big sorting facility there. You got rock crusher, a couple of belts. They got a set of grizzly bars, hopper, and some decent equipment. Probably don't want me walking through their shop, but anyway, if this setup interests you, you can fight in the comments and pick a name for this place. Gary's Gravel or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, so this place, brand new. I don't know what use it has in the storyline here, but You guys want to name a business whatever you want? Keep it tasteful. You know, you can't call it like Carl's Clunge or something like that, but yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think this business should be named. And if I pick your suggestion, I'll pin it and give you a shout out. Not that that means much, but something, right? Anyway, let's get back to work. All right. The ADHD is kicking in real hard right now. Can't stand it. I've had to drive around it one too many times now. Then we'll cut this into Chevy short box size lengths so that we don't have a repeat of Noah's misadventures the other episode. Does this not delimb the tree anymore? Guess they haven't fixed that yet. Well, that was a concern that many people had. But you can't delimb trees. So it made forestry quite... what's the word? Unenjoyable? So I don't know what that tree... I don't know what that log is doing there. But it can do it over there. Ah, good. Almost wrecked my fence. Okay, so I think that'll have to do for now. I'll get this piled up out of the way a little bit. They're kind of stacked up. I'll take this down to the sell point here shortly. But just for now, I wanted to get this out of the way. See if we can't grind the stump out. Look at that. Like a professional. Look at how much more open this is to get in and out through. Buy a little bit more gravel to patch that up there, but I can get at my fuel now. Don't have to worry about smashing the side of the truck as I come through here, especially when it gets icy. And now that that's out of the way, I don't feel like we need to take these other two trees out. I think it's just that one that had to go. I'm okay with that. All right. ADHD break over. Let's get you put back, and let's get that silage pit filling. Oh, she starts right up too. Look at that, almost immediately into F14, F15, F16, and away we go. This thing just wants to move. And it drives nice too. Yeah, this definitely feels okay. Alright, I don't know where to start, so we'll just start grabbing from here. Is this overkill? Yeah. Yeah, it is. But the pendulum has swung dramatically to the other side. When I could have got a 96 what was that, a 9650? I actually could have got it for less. But I think this is more practical, so I'll pay the extra. And we're filling up on grass pretty quick. We'll see you when we've got a few loads here. And there it is. That is the last of the grass. At least that I mowed already. You can see I've still got probably another 5 or 6 acres worth of grass there still to cut. Not worried about it right now, because I have 3 trailers of silage sitting in here currently. Working on unloading the almost. Did pretty good. Just a couple hundred shy. I'm sure if I drove around there and picked up all the little scraggly bits that I missed, I'm sure I could probably fill this trailer the rest of the way, but I just couldn't be bothered right now. There we go. We'll give that a tip. Make sure we're not spilling out the side. I'm not sure how this bunker works. Like it might let me, it might not. I'm not sure. I've never used this bunker before. But I do know it would be very nice if I had a silage roller and a silage blade, but you look up in the top left, ain't happening. We'll go get rid of this. And see what we can't do about packing this down. You know what? I could probably just park this on the pad up here at the top end, because I think it's done for the year. Go, let that sit there. Go pack some silage. Boy, that sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it? Oh. Interesting. There's a silage blade just popped up in sale. Let's see. That goes with the big tractor. So I probably couldn't use this even if I wanted to, and I do want to. Yeah. Darn. Maybe I should have went the other way. Oh well. It's too late now. I do love how 3 of my old pieces of equipment are still in the sale page. Ah, they can stay. Well, I was gonna see if this pops up with anything. Settings, general settings, field info. Is this not do? Control information. That's just the F1 page. Player names doesn't matter. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's up in the top left. Okay, so it's not in the bottom right like where I was looking for. Okay. How much do we have? 103,000. It's counting it as chaff. It's not. It's grass, but that's definitely the chaff texture. All right. Well. climb and make a mess of things.
10 years later.
All right. We're ready to tarp it. Yes. And there we go. Bunker silo was covered. Now I play the waiting game. So that's it. That's our hay crop done. That's our grass crop silaged. We've seen the new aggregate company. Again, guys, down in the comments, let me know what you want to name it. I'll pin your comment, give you a shout out in the next video. And yeah, lots of tractor drama. Like, just a ridiculous amount of tractor drama. Like, none of this, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but none of this today was actually scripted. So me looking at the new trailer on the old tractor going, what the hell? That was genuine. So thank you all so much for coming along. If you like what you see, if you're still sticking around, guys, you need to subscribe. Like, at this point, you owe it to yourself, I think. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Oh my god, I can't back up. All of a sudden, I'm just completely stunned. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got her. Nailed it. First try. Also, this is all she's going to give me going backwards. Yippee. Maybe I talk to the dealership, see if I can sweet talk them into an 8R. Huh? 8R 410? 8RX 410? No, I don't want to push my luck. We're already so screwed financially. It's not even funny. And the dealership still hasn't delivered the new stuff yet. Alright. Well, that's her. I'm going home. Well, I'm going inside. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.